Yes, guys, it's Bucks Forex here, and today I'm going to be breaking down a Judah swing trade on the GBP USD currency pair. Let's get straight in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just wheel back the charts for you guys to make things easier and clear off some of the drawings I've made. I'm going to keep these here because they're essential to what's going on in the trade today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is grab ourselves the Asian session range indicator. And the reason you're going to want this is because you need to see the highest and the lowest point of the Asian market session. Now this indicator is a lifesaver because it saves you so much time and energy in the morning just trying to figure out what time did Asian session start, what time did it finish, where was the highest and lowest point. Once you've got this set up, all you need to do is open your charts and it's right here for you. The only thing you'll need to do is mark the top and the bottom, but we'll get into that in a minute. So you'll go to indicators and we'll just type in the Asian session range, and we're going to select this one here by Rob Minty. Once you've done that, you can just go ahead and get rid of this box, and you're going to want to configure your time settings. So we'll go over to here. This little icon here is the cog for settings. We're going to click here. It's set up in the EST or EDT time frame. All you'll need to do is just configure the time zones to where you are in the world. Start session hour we need will be midnight, whatever that converts to in EST. For me, I'm in London, so I'm using BST. When you convert that, that goes to 7 p.m. EST. So that's our midnight, and our end session will be 7 a.m. in the UK, which converts to 2 a.m. in EST. Now, once you've figured that out and you've set that up for yourself, you're all good to go. We can get this out of the way, and we can open our charts. So, now, you sit down, you've had your coffee, you got your PC or your phone open, and you're looking at the Asian session range. Where do I go from here? What you do is you're going to want a checklist. There's a pretty basic checklist for the Judah swing. It's easy to learn. All you're going to want to do is mark out the Asia high and the Asia low. Luckily, we have our session range to do that for us. So you just want the highest point and the lowest point within this blue area. Now, once you've got the Asia high and the Asia low marked out, you are good to go. So, now all we're waiting for is a sweep of either the Asia high or the Asia low. Now, the reason we want this is because the Asia high and the Asia low are now both points of liquidity and interest after the session has closed out. What you're doing while you're waiting for that is you're identifying market structure. So what can we see here? This is a downtrend most of the Asia session, and then we broke to the upside, leaving a market structure shift here, and created a small uptrend. Now, it wasn't very powerful, it was only kind of sideways. However, this did change around, as you can see, because we've got the higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and that was the general direction of the market. And if I play the candles on a little bit, we have eventually, when it pops up, there we are, we have an equal high left here. Now, what an equal high is it's where the 2 points are level next to each other, okay? So we have an equal high here and a push to the downside from both of them. So that means this point here is definitely a point of interest. So this is two equal highs, and this will be our market structure. So we have a higher high, a lower low, a retest of this point of interest here, and then if we play the candles forward, we have a new lower low. So you can see that we are slowing down here, which makes this part a point of interest. Now you can see we've pushed to the downside and swept the Asia low. Now, sometimes when we get down here, it will just smash through and carry on. However, today we were lucky and it decided to reverse at the Asia low. As you can see here, we had a bullish candle as a sign of change of momentum. So we've head down to the Asia low, multiple rejections, 1, 2, 3, and a push to the upside. That's how we know we're in for a reversal. So now what we do is we sit back and we mark where we want our market structure shift to be. Some people may ask, why would you not put your shift here? However, I would consider this internal structure as this is our higher high and this is our lower low. So anything in between we do not consider. So we have our market structure shift here and also our point of interest. We are just waiting for market to push to the upside confirmed. And as soon as you get a break, you know that you are confirmed change of trend. Now, if, for example, this candle was a wick and the body did not close above, this would not be considered as a market structure shift, as instead, like this here, this could be considered as rejection and a push back down to the downside. However, in this scenario, we had a candle close above the market structure shift. We had a body, candle body close above. That's how we know that that is confirmed to the upside. So now we've changed trend with our market structure shift. We've had our sweep. We've had our market structure shift. We can now look for an entry. So as you can see, I've already got my entry drawn up. However, you will not have this drawn up yet. So you're looking for, where can I enter from here? So you're looking for either fair value gaps or order blocks. Each scenario provides you different entry points. However, today we have spotted an order block, so that's what we're going to be using. Now, the order block I chose to use today was this one here, because it lined up the most with the way I like to see the chart. So obviously everybody's preference is different. However, there is actually a fair value gap right below the market structure shift. However, for me, this is too close. Literally it was set by the market structure shift. So we don't want to be trading anything really that's on the market structure shift. We kind of need to see a retrace as the market it moves in a way of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So now we're looking for retracement to some kind of point of interest before a push. If you just entered here, it always tends to come back down a bit for a push. So if you want a nice risk to reward, you're waiting for that entry point there. So now that we have our order block selected, and the reason I've selected this one and what makes it valid is because this order block here is the last downwards candle before the market structure shift. You could argue that this is the last one, however it is what some people call a doji candle and there's a lot of wick. So I would use this one here comfortably. And now that we've set our order block, we can set our entry point from the order block. We're going to be targeting the opposing liquidity, which is Asia high, and we're going to be putting our stop losses below the low. Now some of you may ask, why don't we put our stop loss down here? And that's because that makes our risk to reward a 0.9. Now our risk to reward today is a lovely 2.22 because we've put our stops. It's tight, but it's just below the low. Now that we have our entry and our long set up, we have our entry on our order block, we have our stop loss just below the low, and we have our take profit at the opposing liquidity Asia high. Now what we do is we sit back and we watch it play out. And in this scenario, we've had a lovely tap into our order block, straight away a massive bullish push. Now, I'll be honest, a lot of these trades aren't as clean as this one. This absolutely flew to TP and smashed it out the park, as you can see here. Usually it might play around a little bit, struggle to break this high and then go later on. However, today we were very lucky and we had a rocket to take profit. And that would have netted us a 2.2 risk to reward. So if you were risking $100, you would have made $220, $1,000, $2,200, etc. So I hope that made sense for you guys. That's just a breakdown of a Judas swing on GBP USD. I have just started a Discord where there is VIP sections in there too. So there's a free link in the description and the comments section to join the free Discord if you want to jump in there. You can ask me any questions in there. That's where I'll be most active. However, these educational videos I'm just going to be putting out on YouTube for advertisement purposes and to teach you guys what I know.